Are you Scorpio? Scorpio, are you on edge? That's what I want to know. Because, like, holy crap. I swear, as soon as I committed to doing this Scorpio video, like, all kinds of stuff went wrong. Ruffling my feathers. Unpredictable happenings. Dumb stuff. Like, in the last couple minutes. Scorpio. So are you on edge at all? This is going to be a week ahead forecast, Taroscope, horoscope for the sign of Scorpio, sun and moon and rising. I do thank you guys for joining in. Cross watchers, thanks for tuning in to see how your folks are doing. Please take it as it resonates and leave the rest for others. I am shuffling the cards, catch a vibe. Catch a vibe for Scorpio. For the energies for the week ahead, some words from spirit. Whoop, there it is. Wow. All right. And one more for Scorpio. That's too many, but I'll take the top. All right. Scorpio. So very good, very good. The energies for the week ahead are Major Arcana number 2, High Priestess. So major arcanas are major happenings in our lives. So this is like big energies, big movements. But as you can see, there's like one person on this card and she has all the answers and she has it all figured out. Okay. Her intuition guides her. She's very connected to spirit, very intuitive. You may really be listening to your intuition this week. Maybe you're having fantastic dreams and such things like this. The High Priestess is a very intuitive card and a very intuitive energy. So Scorpio, you yourself might be really tapping into the unseen or the unknown, the vibes that are around, experiences or people. Okay, you may have feelings about things and not quite sure where this information is coming from, but just it might settle in with you. Okay, I also want you to pay attention to your dream time. They're just saying that, you know, dreams are happening for a reason. Now, there are varying degrees or different ways of which we may dream. Okay, so some of our dreams are nonsense. Okay, we know this, but even the dreams that we think might be nonsense, if we were to piece them out and use a dream interpretation type of scenario or tool, then, you know, they really can speak to resolution for problems that you are experiencing in your life. Okay, so maybe grab a dream interpretation book, okay, from the library or some such thing, right? Or they have those online. You know, you can always just, Google is your friend. You can always just say, oh, I had the weirdest dream where these lions were chasing me, right? So I'm going to search, what is the dream symbolism around lions, around something chasing me, around lions chasing me? Look in a few different ways, you know what I mean? Because it could speak to, oh my gosh, I have a terrible deadline, right? And my boss has been really on my ass and I'm afraid I'm not going to make it, you know? And that's your subconscious that's trying to find resolution and peace to these turbulent patterns in your waking moment. So Scorpio, I feel like there's a connection or a potential connection that you could explore here if you desire to get more intuitive and find more insight, clarity, guidance through your dreams. Also connecting with your loved ones in the spirit world through your dreams. I'm feeling that if you're a Scorpio who's on your spiritual journey, which, you know, many people who watch me are, maybe you're personally developing in some sort of ways. You might be astral projecting or remote viewing or considering dabbling in some of those things. So if you were like, oh my gosh, it's been on my mind, my heart, or oh, I've seen that word so many times around, that's another sign of validation for you. Then maybe it's an avenue that you would desire to explore just for your own soul's growth and evolution. Now, okay, let's just say a couple more things about this card before I give you your words from Spirit, Scorpio. So, the High Priestess is very intuitive. Okay, so Spirit is encouraging you to trust your intuition this week. You don't have to look outward. Hi, Natasha on the live. Thank you so much for joining in. So Scorpio, you don't have to look outward for that confirmation. You already know. You have the information within you. You have the energy within you. You have the skills, the tools, the resources within you to solve whatever issues, problems, etc. might arise, or circumstances in your life that you desire to change or improve. Okay, you have all of this. Okay, so One thing that I do say, they want me to say it to you, is that, oh, it's really cool to be psychic or to have a strong intuition, but sometimes it really sucks to be psychic, especially when you have feelings and knowings about things that you wish it wasn't that way, you know? So I just want to remind you that that doesn't make it not true. And when you happen to sense in to problems, challenges, things that are like that, you have no responsibility on changing that or creating that in that scenario, Scorpio. So sometimes we can go, oh God, I knew this was going to happen. Oh my gosh. Did I have a hand in making this happen because I believed, that it was going to happen, or some such thing? I should have said something to avoid this. I feel how there's no responsibility. Like, your knowingness can sometimes bear a burden of responsibility that is the cost itself. Okay. So you're not expected to, I don't know. That's what I want to say about that. So some things you can't change, even if you do know about it. All right. So ask with sincerity is the card that Spirit has for Scorpio. So the fact that this is the High Priestess, I really feel like asking Spirit with sincerity for that which you desire for yourself or for others is what one of the messages here for Scorpio. Okay. Ask with sincerity. Like, Spirit already knows where your heart is at. So get quiet and get right with God and get there in prayer and lift it up and ask the big guns upstairs to step in for you in whatever ways that you as a human being cannot. Okay. So I really feel like this is crucial and beneficial, because sometimes we really want to help other people, but they won't listen to us. Right. Or we know that something's going to go wrong, but God forbid they won't quit. Right. So ask God with sincerity to step in all of these meaningful ways for you. Okay. I also want to say to Scorpio that it's okay to ask for blessings in your life. All right. It's okay to ask, like, selfish wants, like, come on, God, bless me with that job so I can get a new car, whatever it is. Hey, you can ask for any fucking thing you want. God knows your heart anyway. Okay. You're not, God knows your heart. So get on the level with God, speak those words, get there, ask with sincerity, and know that no request is too big or too small. Hi, Bev. Tuning in on the live for Scorpio. Thank you, darling. I appreciate you. I want to say to Scorpio, there are probably requests, things that you would pray for, but you disregard, like you discard them right away. You'd be like, oh yeah, but God, that will never happen is what I feel. Maybe you intuitively feel like that will never happen. Well, as long as you stand in that energy, then it won't. Okay. So giving that up to God and saying, God, if it's your will, let it happen. And know that God's will is so much bigger than your own, so much more powerful than your own. Even there, I go, oh yeah, but it'll never happen. Okay, you have to discipline yourself out of that. Because as long as you have that in the back of your mind that it'll never happen, it will never, ever happen. Even if it does, you won't see it. You won't see it because your mind says it'll never happen, right? So I'm really speaking to Scorpio on getting clear in your mental space here, asking for what you truly want, expecting to receive the best, okay? Okay, expecting to receive the best if this is something that you're asking for yourself, okay? Or for somebody else, all right? Whether you recognize this or not. Sometimes we got to rely on the divine universe to orchestrate what we cannot, even if we see it a certain way. That's what I feel for Scorpio. Now, the other card for you is Caregiver. Doesn't that just feel so good? Look at that. This just makes me feel like you. Like you just want to, look, I almost threw it. But look here. She has a pomegranate in her hand here. You know what I mean? This is like the fruit of life. Right there in the heart space. You have the information. Your heart is in the right place. Sometimes people can't hold it. Sometimes people have to experience their own stuff. Caregiver. We are with you. And Spirit has its own way of recognizing the care and love you provide to others, especially at the end of their lives, just as you received care and love at the start of your life. Caregivers often focus all of their attention on their loved ones and often neglect their own concerns and well-being in the process. Well, ain't that the damn truth? So, have you been neglecting your own well-being? Are you focused outward on everyone else to make sure they're all okay, but neglecting your own needs? I mean, you've got to make sure that your cup is full before you begin to pour over into others. All right. And then I feel like using your discernment as to where you will allow that to pour into is very indicative here with the High Priestess. Okay. Because others may not be on the same page as you. And you may sense this, okay? So this ask with sincerity, I feel, is also a call for open communication. Open communication with others. Just speak it out, because a closed mouth doesn't get fed, and no one is a mind reader, okay? And there are many hands holding this heart here. Many connections right here, bonded in love. That's what I feel. But if no one asks, then no one will receive. Scorpio. Allow that to be an open door. That's what I feel here for Scorpio. And that's what I have for Scorpio for this week ahead. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your week. The next sign to be read will be Aries, and I will see you on that video.